Hi everybody, I just got out of the pool and I personally spent too long in there and did not have proper goggles swimwear because I still can't find my goggles. Which means everything has like a halo-y fuzz around it. But while I was swimming I had cool ideas. So before I shower off and get the chlorine out of my eyes and stuff, I've got to share them. Alright, two cool ideas. First of all, hold on, I remember the one, coolest, cool. Okay, now I remember the second one. Alright, we're gonna start with the second one because it's simpler. I remember the first one because it was cooler. I want a circular swimming pool, with, okay, hear me out, a circumference that's a multiple, an inner circumference that's a multiple of, no, that is 6 times the length of an Olympic swimming pool, and I'll tell you why. Because I want that circular swimming pool to be a hemisphere, and I want it to be inside of, like, inside of a hole dug in the ground with, like, truck wheels that spin it really, really, really fast, okay? Because then, if you fill it with water, the water will fly out the edge. So I also want it to have, like a dock, but a watertight dock that comes out to the edge, and then you just fall, so it's dangerous. Because if you were to skateboard inside of it, you would like hit your knees on the retention wall, because it's like a retention floor, and then underneath it, because when the water, because it's going to spin, it's like a spinning bowl, so the water's going to go up, and it's going to try to escape, so we need a wall that looks like a floor, alright? And then also, I want about halfway through it, so a circumference on the, if you're like going clockwise and on your right, the outer inner circumference is 6 times an Olympic swimming pool. On your left, the inner circumference, because that's not confusing at all, is 3 times an Olympic swimming pool, because that is like a bulge that like goes up almost out of the water but not completely out of the water, and that way if you swim up against it you'll be redirected. If you accidentally overshoot, you'll kind of like tumble out onto the other side. And the reason I want a circular swimming pool that acts kind of like those gravity machines at the fair is because then it'll act like an infinity pool, and you can swim a circular infinity pool, and I feel like it would be safer than like a water treadmill style infinity pool, because if you like run out of stamina and drown, you won't get like pulled down into some really powerful like pressurized vents. You'll just kind of like be a tumbleweed crashing into the other people who are trying to go fast. Okay, and in a similar vein of things spinning around really fast, if you imagine like a car tire and you imagine filling it with water, the water is going to seek like gravitational level, but if you spin to the vertical car tire, but it's trapped on a track and the track is spinning it, so the tire is going to go like this, but it's going to stay in place because it's on a track. And you spin it up, the water will flatten against the wall of the tire, so then you can add more water to it until it fills the tire the way that air would. But you don't need to like make a sealed inner tube because it'll be pulled to the outer side, okay? So the anti-gravity water, but obviously at the top it might like leak because it's got like zero or microgravity. The top still experiences less gravity than the bottom, but because it's rotating in line with gravity, it's got like extra inertia and it can defy gravity a little bit. All right, so here's the cool part. If we make something that spins fast enough to like be twice gravity, no, it has to be 3 times gravity, Earth gravity, so that when you're on the Earth spinning it up and you're on the upside down, you still feel 1 times Earth gravity pulling you out, and then just 3 times gravity when you're on the bottom. So maybe that wouldn't be so fun, but that's not the whole thing, because then, okay, if you have a spherical bubble, all right, that is also on a track on the inside of the wheel that's spinning, and then that spherical bubble is held with like a claw grip with something that rotates, so the spherical bubble spins too, all right, and you make it so that when it's going like this, I mean, you make it so that when it's on here, all right, you are spinning in line with the rotation, okay? But then you ever so slowly counter-rotate it so that when you get to, harmonics, it needs to spin, okay. I need to sit down because I need to use more brain power. I just finished working out, so I'm not too smart, all right? Listen. So you've got your standard gravity-defying wheel, all right? Like a ginormous Ferris wheel-sized one that's like held in place and powered by like jet engines or something, okay? Jack is sniffing me. Jack. Okay. The main problem here, okay, is that it would need to be a pressurized liquid, okay? That's the other thing, okay? That gives the human approximate neutral buoyancy, and we have liquids that you can breathe, so that's okay. Then inside of the sphere, we have a carbon dioxide scrubber, because, and it would be like a spherical bladder, like the kind NASA used to use in rockets, because, but a human would be inside of it with one of those long chain molecules that can hold on to oxygen good. reason it needs a carbon dioxide scrubber though is because those molecules are bad at holding on to carbon dioxide, and also you don't want carbon dioxide to build up in there. Anyways, you go inside of one of those pressurized bladders, spherical, and it looks like zero gravity, and it acts almost like zero gravity, but there's still a pressure gradient. All right, because of gravity. Gravity makes pressure. All right, so we use slosh mechanics to offset the change in outward centripetal gravity, centripetal pseudogravity. Okay, I gotta get out of the hallway. Never mind, I'm too stupid. But basically, if you had two rotating mechanisms, you could maybe slosh to simulate microgravity. All right, bye. Oh, I remembered. Um, the closer you are to the center of the centripetal gravity mimicking mechanism, see that 10 times fast, the less of a gravity mimicking effect it will have on you. So if you had like a like two claws on either side of the gravity thing and a big tower, and you had the space zero G simulated tank in there, right, and it could go up and down while the thing that it's rooted onto is spinning on the wheel. The wheel is spinning and it's fixed in place on the spinning wheel. Well, you could be close to the wheel, all right, for one pass, and then when you get down to gravity where it's supposed to increase, you could go. Wait, hold on. Oh, I'm thinking really hard. I got you. Instead of up and down directly, we might have to do an axial thing. Okay, I got it. Okay, so it's not just fixed and goes up and down. It's fixed, like at the end of a pole, and the pole can fling out, like traveling along an imaginary cylinder in either the this way or the that way direction while the wheel is going like this. And then it can kind of tick like a metronome, but in a way that is timed perfectly so that the metronome is in the center when it should be experiencing the most gravity, causing it to experience the least gravity, and it's on one side at the top for one rotation, and the other side at the top for the second part of that rotation. So it's like this, and like this when it's at the bottom, and then when it's at the top the second time, it's like this, and then that way you'll experience like a wave back and forth of like mild gravity. But when you're at maximum gravity, it's like canceled. Actually, it's a little bit past the center. So like imagine it as a sphere. This is the center point. If you're just past the center point, then you'll still be going up. So if you're down on the side when you're going up, you'll still be going up, but from your perspective, it'll be like to the right. And then when you're on the bottom, when the root of your control mechanism is on the bottom, but it's pointing straight up, and you're above the center, then gravity is going up still. And then when you're up at the top again, now it's the other wall. So it's oscillating which wall you're being pulled to, and you're never being pulled down. And if you tune the speed and the ratios just right, it should be able to make a perfect cancellation of gravity with oscillating side-to-side pseudogravity. Oh yeah, and this is completely unrelated, but I was chilling on the couch watching like 2 hour video about all of the vaults in the Fallout series, including like the old like pseudo 3D like desktop games from forever ago. Uh, and I gotta say, I felt something land on me. It was just soft and ticklish. I thought it was maybe like a daddy long legs fly, or like maybe just like a regular fly that was like getting old. Because sometimes they land on you when they're like old, or if they're like a bot fly and they're trying to drink your blood, like a mosquito. I look at it and it's one of those like giant house spiders, delicately crawling on me. I almost freaked the heck out, but I remembered, okay? Remembered not to be a jerk to the spider, so instead I put my hand out, because he's already not afraid of me, he's literally crawling on me. So, he or she, it's kind of big, so it might have been a she, crawled into my hand. I brought them back to my bathroom because I have a couple orb weavers that just chill out in my bathroom for some reason, and I'm pretty sure they're house spiders. Well, I don't think they're orb weavers. They chill out in the corner, but they have like the orb weaver body plan where it's like hella long stilt legs and then like a compact center body with like a little. Yeah, so I had a spider crawling on me, and I'm proud of myself because I didn't freak out. I let it crawl into my hand and I put it back home.